Jangle. Jangle.
Enter the Lab, Episode 8, Elvis, Escobar, Fort Sama. We got a big weekend coming up with the UFC, a great card. We got the Super Bowl, Bengals and Rams. We'll have bet 4 picks all over those 2 events. And also a lot of football news over the last week. Shit-ass Pro Bowl. NBA trade deadline coming up this week. Could be a big week in sports. What's going on, Fort?
Not much, man. Just living life another week. I'm excited for this card. Get to see Adesanya fight, so I'm hyped for that. Derek Lewis, super excited for that. Tai Tuivasa. But man, I don't know, man. Just life. Just been going to the gym a lot, hooping. Actually, been getting some buckets lately, setting some screens.
LA Fitness.
Yeah, LA Fitness. Yeah. I've been playing in Vans because every time I go to the gym, I go to just work out, and then that little itch is like, yo, go hoop. So like, I'll do like a quick workout, like 45 minutes, 50 minutes, sometimes an hour, and then I go hoop. But I got to start bringing my shoes because my shins have been killing me. They're screaming right now. So I took a day off today.
You feel like you're able to hoop after, a good lift session, no matter, obviously it depends on what body part, but I always feel like it takes a little bit sometimes if you're sore.
Oh, yeah. I mean, just get a few shots up, and like, I'm really just there now just to kind of just get some cardio in and get some rebounds. I'm not really looking to
trying to average.
Board. I'm not trying to pull up from the logo like these kids be doing nowadays. Like, man, these kids are freaky athletic now, bro. It's insane.
Yeah, bro. I always that what is that? Is he in high school? That dude with the one arm?
That's
getting steals, full court, fucking buying
and everything.
It's crazy. Yeah, these dudes being made in a lab now. Let's see.
They are being made in the lab.
For real. A lab, not the lab. But Winter Olympics going on too. Not sure if you been tuning it on. I got that behind me. It's one of those things where you just turn it on. You put it on, you just see some people doing some crazy shit. It started Friday night. So obviously they're in Beijing. So everything is obviously 12, 16 hours ahead, whatever the hour difference is. But there's this girl, Eileen Gu. She's like a sensation in skiing, or I think it's skiing like the slopes. And she is American. She's something like that. Asian descent. She's nasty and she's pretty too. So she's a favorite to win. Yeah, check her out. I'll send you her Instagram. Because I looked earlier before I seen her yesterday and I was like, oh, who's this? And I was like, she looks very, I hate to say it in today's world, but she looks very American for looking Chinese, if that makes any sense. She looks like she could be half and half or something. And it turns out she's from San Francisco. Her mom's from China, so she's playing quote unquote for China, but she's from the West Coast. Look at her now. You could bring up a picture of her. Why not? If you can find that. Eileen. It's Eileen and then Gu, Gu. Yeah, she's pretty girl. Yeah, she's like a favorite to win it all. So I seen her yesterday. I was like, okay, I'll tune in a couple times. And then figure skating was on yesterday. That's boring. I just kind of keep it on. Watch this Chinese girl fall like 3 times in like 3 minutes. It was sad.
Their ass.
I'm besting her ass. So it's kind of like one of those things I keep on one of the TVs just as like, I guess, background, not noise, but background focus.
Yeah.
You got a picture of her?
Yeah, I pulled it up right here. Eileen Gu.
I was looking at her eyes too, and I think one pupil is bigger than the other. Yeah, bring up that one with the Red Bull.
This one? One pupil is bigger than the other?
Yeah, and maybe that's not the one. I don't know. I was just zooming in on her eyes. She's a pretty girl, but It was just that caught my eye, that her eyes were kind of irregular. Not because she's Chinese, for the record, by the way. I'm not trying to make it. I'm trying to be super aware of what I'm saying.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know. Fucking in 2030, we might be getting pulled off YouTube and all this because we're, saying the wrong things and just, shooting the shit. Shout out Joe Rogan. We stand for it.
We stand for Joe Rogan. You never know what's right or wrong in today's
Bruh.
age. Just like you don't know what's a catch or what's not a catch in the NFL.
Yeah, that's a great analogy, actually. But last time on episode 7,
that's why I just stay quiet.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, you got to be selective. Let me just run my mouth and get us both in trouble, right? Last week, episode 7, we talked about Brady retiring. It was official, then unofficial, and then when we dropped the episode, it became official by him putting out a statement. Didn't mention the Patriots in any of the statements. People were up in arms, especially Patriot fans, but turns out he's going to sign like a 1-day deal or something like that to retire a Patriot, which I never understood that formality of, I'm signing with this team just so I can. It's not going on the back of your baseball card. It's not going on ESPN stat thing that you played for the Patriots for 1 day. So it's a formality. I get it. It's a cool gesture. But then that's why he didn't mention the Patriots in his kind of sign off. But now that it's official, the GOAT, 7 rings, dominated the sport of football for 20
long time
years, right?
A long time. Yeah.
Put a nail to that.
I mean, I'm kind of biased when it comes to Brady because my whole life I just watched him destroy the Dolphins. So it is what it is with that. But I mean, when they came back in that Super Bowl down 28-3, like that was it for me. I was just like, all right, bro. Like I can't even. There's nothing else for me to say about this dude. Like he's done it all. So, he went out on top pretty much, even though they just lost. But he just got a Super Bowl recently, so he's winning in all aspects of life.
Literally, yeah. It's as an athlete, like one of those Derek Jeter types. Tom Brady, Derek Jeter. I think they compare Tom Brady to Michael Jordan, but I don't think that comparison's worth anything. I think the Tom Brady and Derek Jeter is more accurate as far as on the field, off the field, winning in all aspects. Like squeaky clean to an extent. Obviously there's been a couple like Videogate and
Spygate and then Deflategate
and Deflategate. But obviously that's a part of the game. In baseball, I'm sure they have those little things that nuances about the game. In football, there's not too many quote unquote like cheating scandals. There's not that many. And the Patriots were the enemy number 1 with that stuff.
Yeah, for real. That definitely was revolved around his career there. They had those 2 like bigger scandals in the NFL. So I mean, they got fined for it and everything. Yeah, the tuck rule. Yeah, a lot of rule changes for Brady. Hitting low. Yeah, exactly. So it kind of changed the game for him a little bit for him to succeed, but he did it anyway. So I'm just glad. I don't know who the Bucs QB is going to be.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting. I started thinking that right away. It's funny. I seen
because they got a good offense.
Yeah, they still got the foundation set. Like they're not going to start breaking that team apart. They're going to try to put somebody in there and see what they got forward. I think you're going to see NFL could see a lot of QB changes, top tier, in every tier. I think tier 1s, 2 and 3, you could see a lot of mix and matching. It depends on what Rodgers does. You got the Russell Wilson situation. Those are 2 top guys. Top 5 quarterback that are not sure what they're going to do, and based on those moves will create other moves. Then you got young guys like Daniel Jones that obviously we want to believe in as the Giants, but hey, if somebody comes knocking and wants to be on the Giants, we'll make way for it.
You're not going to say no.
Yeah, and obviously what's the situation? Obviously 2 is your guy, you're going all in, right? I'd assume similar to the Giants, you could say.
Yeah, kind of, sort of. Yeah, I mean, 2 is the guy going forward, unless someone, Kyler Murray or Rodgers for whatever reason, you never know. But I doubt that happens. But yeah, no, he's a guy going forward. I'm excited to see what's his name, Mike McDaniels. the new coach they got, or whatever his name is. So I'm hyped for that. That should be good. Just because San Francisco's offense and the way they play football is really, really like pesky and annoying. And hopefully we get Debo Samuel. Because if we get Debo, hey, I'll get his jersey and everything. I'll wear it every week on the pod.
All right, let's.
So-
This is why people hate Miami fans on Twitter.
No, I was just
Why?
doing that on purpose.
I know.
No, but yeah, Tu's the guy going forward. That's another head coach like we talked about before. It's just tough to be consistent and in your career, especially as a young quarterback like that. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to tune in, of course. It's the Dolphins, but
Yeah, and then you got obviously the situation with Flores suing the NFL. People that don't know or kind of catching people up. Obviously, they have the Rooney Rule, which makes teams, organizations make sure they interview and give a fair chance to minority coaches because for too many years, too many decades has been not any before or not enough. So it gives an obligation, and that obligation, or what they used to call back in the day, I guess, affirmative action in a way where that has turned into a joke where people are getting interviewed just for a formality, I guess you could say. They're just interviewing black coaches just to interview them.
Just wasting their time.
Yeah, there was a situation where Bill Belichick, the Dabble, the new head coach for the Giants, he went to go text him because his name is Brian, and he texted the wrong Brian, and he got mixed up, and that Flores sent that to the league, and now there's a class action lawsuit where it's a bad situation. Some people might say Bill Belichick never does anything uncalculated. He could have done it on purpose.
Yeah, for sure.
I kind of thought about that. I was like, damn, this man rarely makes mistakes. You think he texts the wrong Brian? You know what I mean? Everybody has send the text to the wrong person. Hopefully it hasn't, life ruining, but
man, I double triple check whenever I text somebody. No, that's funny though. I feel like the Dolphins like let go of Flores because there was now all this stuff is happening. I guess he's just that pissed that he got fired. I would be too, though.
Yeah.
So he's just trying to do whatever right now. I don't know why he hasn't been picked up by a team yet.
I think it's a combination for him. He got fired. Didn't think he should have been. Obviously, he went 1-7, then 1-7 straight, 8 straight. Yeah. So I think it was a mix of frustration, and then obviously, then we find out that he got offered by the owner $100K for every game he lost. So I think it was just build up after build up. Yeah. That happened first, obviously, a couple of years ago. Then he gets fired, and he thought he did a good enough job to keep his job. Then that interview situation happens, and I'm sure he was like, you know what? What the fuck is going on here?
This is too much.
It just added up and compounded for him, where it was just like, I can't let this go on anymore. Like, I'm getting screwed and fucked out of an opportunity where if I don't deserve a job, okay, let that be up to my credentials or lack thereof or qualifications, but don't offer me $100K to lose, because I'm sure head coaches would have lost those games and still got fired. That's what people say. Like, pay you to lose those games, then they replace you, and then they get the number 1 pick, and they have a new head coach to have that number 1 pick. That's usually how it goes. They start that new regime.
Yeah, that $100K stuff. I hope that's not true. Like, that's such a crazy thing, bro. Like, yeah, that's terrible. Like, that's gonna be like a 30 for 30 in like 20 years or some shit. But like, as an owner like of a franchise or as an owner of anything, like, you don't want that shit to do bad. Like, how are you paying your own money for what you own to not succeed?
Right.
Like, you're just working backwards at this point. So I'm just that it just baffles me. And Flores was probably like, no, like, that's not who I am as a person. I'm not going to get paid.
That's literally what he said. Yeah.
So I hope he gets a job because he deserves it. But now there's just like, once you get all this like media and stuff around you, now like he's going to be under a microscope wherever he goes. And it's just a shame because of, what he had to go through. But anywhere he goes, that's how it's going to be.
And that was my second point, where I was going to say, this is why he filed the lawsuit, and then the second part is why he's still not employed, because he probably qualified. I would say he would have probably got a job if he didn't come out. He would have.
Yeah.
I thought he would have fit perfect in the Texans situation or the Saints. I thought he was great for the Giants. I think he had a real deal opportunity, but obviously the Giants bringing in a lot of Bills management wanted to keep that kind of in-house, and that makes sense. Consistency, you know each other. You're starting off a new era as a GM. You want to bring in guys you're familiar with.
That
You,
you already
sure
know,
you're on the
yeah.
same page, 100%. So I get that,
And they've succeeded. So
I don't see him getting a job. I think he knows that. So we'll kind of see how that plays out. It's going to be ugly. A lot of NFL, just when they're riding high as far as viewership, I think they had all time in the championship games, all time viewers like 50 million. I'm sorry, above 50 million. That's a lot of people for watching a game or a weekend of. So just to put it in perspective, normal primetime television get like 2 million, 1 million, maybe 3.
It's not a
4.
lot. Yeah.
It's crazy. So the Super Bowl is about to be probably one of the most viewed, because just on that hot streak, you got the Rams, who have talent and star.
It's in LA.
It's in LA. They're gonna make sure that the halftime show.
Halftime show is insane. Like
you got 30, 40 years of people that are tied to that type of music, because they got different, 80s, 90s. Now Kendrick, you know what I mean? So you got women with Mary J. Blige. So you got that halftime show. I think they hit it pretty good. They just put out today that The Rock is gonna appear. He just put that on his Instagram. He's gonna have an appearance. He's probably he's everywhere.
Gosh,
that dude is the hardest working man in the world.
Yeah,
he's probably gonna come out and do some dope ass intro. Get lit, like do like a whole intro to the Super Bowl and show up. And probably he'll show up as, what's his new superhero gimmick? That Black Tom, Black Dave.
I don't know.
Look it up. You gotta be the producer now. You gotta be Elliot.
The Rock.
Black Adam. It's a DC character, I think, on Netflix or something. Or is it on Netflix? Not sure.
Is it a movie?
Black Adam. It's gonna be a series, I believe.
Yeah, I see it.
Or a movie, maybe. What is it? Show it. Show it for the people on YouTube. Yeah, he just finished shooting that series or movie, whatever it is. If you see it, let me know what it is. So he's everywhere, man.
He really is.
Yeah, that's it. Black Adam, DC character. Is it a movie?
Can we play this on YouTube?
I don't think so. Like Joe Rogan says, they'll take us off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if it's a series, because I don't know why I was thinking Netflix, but they put stuff like this on Netflix all the time. These DC characters, like the Flash, stuff like that. But yeah, he's
release date July 29th.
Okay, so in the summer, yeah, he's gonna be. He's got the XFL going on. He's got a lot of things going on, bro. I don't know how he sleeps. He eats.
He probably does
5,000 calories in cheat meals. He's got the Terramana, which I tried recently.
Terramana, boy.
Great.
Terramana. Great. Yeah, that shit is
quality.
Very, very good.
There.
Yes, 100%. If you haven't got it, just try it.
Yeah, it's good. I've been on that tequila tip lately. I've tried like 8 different brands. I was telling you. Got one hangover in the last 8 times I drank tequila in the last 3 weeks. So we're on a good stretch right now.
You love to hear it.
Tequila's my new vibe.
Tequila's good shit. It's the only alcohol that's not a depressant either.
Yeah, what's crazy is I'll feel nice on it, and then out of nowhere, boom, I'm just tired. I'm not tired, nodding out the whole time. I'm on a good vibe. And then when I want to go to sleep, I knock right out. I've noticed that on the few times I'll pass out either on the recliner, on the couch, or when I go to bed, I'm out and I wake up and I haven't got really a hangover or anything. So, and I've never been a tequila drinker. I've always been.
What do you mix it with?
Nothing. We do.
Nothing.
I got a nice little tray that I put out. So we chop up the limes. We each get a couple limes. I put the salt in the middle. Little dab, boom. Yeah, that's it. No mixers, no chaser, no nothing. No egg. So it's basically straight, which probably is what's saving me. So I'm not mixing it, making any type of drink. I'm not chasing it down with a beer.
Right.
It's just pure. So we could down a bottle in a night and be good. It's a vibe.
Hell yeah.
But also on the football tip, while we stay on it, Washington Commanders, aka now they've been called the Commies.
Yo,
For real. There's been a lot
Is
of
that
good
for real?
gifts and there's been a lot of good gifts and memes
Jesus.
this past week. Immediately they were
Commanders,
called the
man.
Commies, which is ironic. Obviously, they're in
crazy.
Washington, D.C. They get criticized for being the Redskins, aka the R words. They're no longer. They became the Washington football team, which I was messing with the Washington football team for showing
Really?
us the I liked the name. It was like a soccer vibe. It was simple.
Get out of here,
It was
Richmond
clean.
Times.
So Fort's right now pulling up the Commanders uniforms. I like the burgundy one the most. The white one is
this
weird
one's
because it
nice.
has silver in it. I don't know why silver is in. Like you see the white uniforms, it's got silver, black. You know what I mean? It's a little weird. But the burgundy, the W, the logo I like, and then the black one. I don't know how you could ruin a black uniform,
Yeah, it's kind of hard to
but
do
it's
that.
not really cool looking. Like there's like it's just black with a number. You know what I mean? And then the logo of the W is in front of the forehead. I don't understand that.
That's gonna get banged up.
That's like a target. I don't understand. They keep messing up. It's ironic how they changed it from the Redskins to the Washington football team. They thought that would be like the in between, the grace period, but it wound up working. A lot of fans liked
Yeah.
it. And then all of a sudden they go to this and they're like, what the fuck? We're called the Commanders.
I kind of just like Washington football team better than Commanders.
Yeah, 100%. And I Googled Commanders right away because I wanted the actual Webster definition, and it's obviously a leader. First thing I thought about, I was like, how could all of them be leaders? How can all of them be called Commanders? Like, how is everyone a leader on that team? It's impossible. There's only one. But I mean, it's just typical Washington franchise where the owner's been up to no good lately with he's got his own lawsuits and stuff like that with sexual harassment.
That boy Dan.
That boy Dan Schneider. Danny's wildin'.
He's a nut, dog. He be doing whatever. Fucking Dan Snyder, man.
So it only makes sense that the Washington football team, aka the R words, aka the Commanders, Commies, are fucking up, dude. They can't get it. They can't get it right.
No, they can't get it right. I don't think they ever will under that ownership. So it is what it is at this point for Commander fans. I'm not calling them.
That sounds so weird for Commander fans.
Oh my gosh.
Sheesh. And then the last football news I have, at least, was the obviously we won't need to go into it too much, but we talked about last week about the Pro Bowl and the Pro Bowl weekend. I didn't know they had the dodgeball thing and all these things that, you know, they had it on, what was it, Friday night? They had it on for an hour during 7 to 8. Bro. I had it on. It was kind of interesting, you know, Russell Wilson throwing like to the targets. They kind of try to make it fan interaction. I think they could do such a better job of production. It looked like they thought about it that morning and were like, all right, we're going to have these guys come out. We're going to have judges with like writing the scores on the, like it was just poorly produced, I thought, but they're on the right track of what it could be. You know what I mean?
Right. For an organization that makes as much money as the NFL, they do a terrible job of this stuff.
They're trying, but they're not executing fully.
It's like, yo, like we were asking for it, right? We were
and we didn't even know it was a thing. They didn't promote it. How do both of us that watch ESPN all the time and involved in so much shit on Twitter and social media, we had a conversation a week ago and we didn't even know it was a thing?
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't get it. Like, you got to do some kind of stuff, like on Instagram at least, or Twitter. Like, it's not that hard. But
I didn't see anything for it.
Deebo Samuel took over again in the Pro Bowl. He was on that shit all weekend. The 40-yard dash was cool, I guess, but like, I don't know, try and make it like more of like a bracket type of thing. Don't have just like one race.
Yeah.
You know, and then like if you're gonna have just one race, then kind of like don't do a 40-yard dash because that's very, very short.
Or you have two races of 4, and then the top one versus each other. You always want to see one-on-one. So you don't want to have them run too many times, like have a bracket. You could have a bracket type of thing where you have 8 guys and they run 3 times. It's only a 40-yard dash.
Yeah.
They'll get their cool back, but like at least have 4 on 4 and then have 2 groups and then have 1-on-1. Because that would have figured out. Because Tyreek Hill was not
Tyreek
trying.
Hill. He wasn't trying at all, bro. Like,
he's not trying to pull a hamstring in his offseason.
Absolutely not, dude. He's trying to relax and do whatever. And then Michael Parsons was moving though.
He took off his shirt. He was trying to be light.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, he's fast as fuck.
He's a beast.
for being his size. That's kind of scary.
Yeah, we got to see him twice a year now.
Good luck.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, good luck with that. I'm glad we don't play the Cowboys like that. Shit. Yeah, no, dodgeball is cool. They got to do some other stuff and actually get like, the people that like people want to see.
Yeah, they did the version of the dunk
Jackson
contest
out there.
with catches and stuff. That was pretty cool. But like I said, even that part to me was underproduced, where it was like no background, no like good vibe. It was just like a mattress or like a cushion, and then they jumped on it with like, I don't know. It could have been better if they had a stage. You know what I mean? If they had a stage to hide the actual cushion, like if all they had to do is have a stage, put the cushion inside it, so you didn't see the cushion, you just see the stage. They could have produced that a little bit better. I don't know if you want to pull that up just to give the viewers, because we get as many or more. Well, depends on what episodes, but we get a good amount of YouTube viewers, so it's good to shout out them for tuning in and looking at our handsome faces. If you want to pull something up, but
yeah, I'm trying to find it right now.
Yeah, but it was good. And then I'll go in while you pull that up. The Pro Bowl, I had it on for the last quarter, and I was confusioned because I was like, no one's tackling, no one's punting, no one's trying. They're just throwing the ball downfield, going out of bounds. They're running the ball, and if 2 guys go to touch them, at that point, have flag football. Flag football, like I think we talked about that last episode.
Flag football would be even more fun. Like, here you go. This is kind of cool. This is dope.
Now this is jumping off a truck.
Through a table, Bills Mafia, Stephon Diggs.
That was cool. Like that's
trying,
cool.
But it was weird because the environment was weird because they were doing it in a ballpark, as you could see for people on YouTube. They're doing it in a baseball field. The crowd's not on top of them, so the crowd's far away. I looked at the crowd a few times. There's virtually no one there. A couple thousand people.
The Pro Bowl was in Vegas.
It was cold.
I didn't even know it was
why
in
was
Vegas.
It cold?
I have no clue. Bro.
Like, it was just poor. Like, why didn't you do that? If you're gonna do something like that, I feel like it was their first time trying it, and they were like, all right, let's see how this goes, and then we'll do it bigger next year, because it should have been in the dome. Like, what was going on in the stadium that they couldn't have done it there? Like, were they having media set up and all that? Like, they're doing it in a baseball field with virtually no fans in a cold, like everybody was cold as fuck wearing hoodies. It looked weird, bro. I'm telling you, it was very poorly produced and executed. But for what it was good, which is sad because it could have been so much better if they, gave it some effort and put some energy and money into it. Yeah,
no, I feel like they just were trying something out that they haven't done in a while.
Mm-hmm.
And they were just like, should we do it? All right, let's just try and see how it goes. And I mean, they just got to promote it better. That's about it.
Yeah. And then don't be afraid to change. Like the Pro Bowl game itself, it's gotten criticized. Obviously, it went from being Hawaii for how many decades to now being, it was in Orlando. Now I guess they're doing it wherever the Super Bowl is. I think enough people complained about it on social media. This time,
I thought it was worst ever.
It wasn't Vegas, but what I'm saying is it went from Hawaii to Orlando a few years in a row, and now I guess they're doing it in. Oh wait, actually, you're right. It's in Vegas, which that's not where the Super Bowl is.
Yeah,
I don't get it. Why weren't they doing it in the dome then? What's going on? Like, what is going? They're doing it in a base. I think that was a minor league
Who-
baseball field, bro.
Yeah, I was just about to ask. There's no team in Vegas.
That's
Like,
what I
who's
mean.
playing in
It's a
Vegas?
minor. Like, what is going on? And I looked in the background. The crowd's not near it. So think about it. If you're a fan and you bought tickets to that, you're far away. Like baseball, you could have a good view of baseball, but you're not having a good view of a group of guys
no.
playing dodgeball with each other. Like, I don't know. It's weird. Hopefully enough people complain.
Or
Hopefully the
if
NFL has
anything,
a
just
year or
do
two
it
to
in
come
like
around.
do it like in a gym. Like do it
Yeah,
like
so
like
and
if
have
you're
like
gonna,
500 fans there so it can
Yeah.
sound loud, like and
Yeah.
enthusiastic.
hit
Yeah.
up
And
whoever does the UFC events to help out the Pro Bowl. Jesus Christ.
they got to invest some money because that could be that. And it's weird for the NFL who usually do things like on the grand scale pretty well to just catch an L on that. You know what I mean? Like that's just weird.
I felt like the players did more promoting and shit on Instagram and social media than the
Oh,
actual,
the Twitter videos. I think more people watch that than the actual. Obviously, watch it itself. At the end of the day, it's like I'll just catch the highlights.
Alvin Kamara got arrested after the game.
You know what's funny is when the Pro Bowl ended, he was, and this is crazy because when it came out a few hours later, I thought back and when the game ended, like it hit zeros, they showed a few people. He was one of two people running off the field.
Oh, that boy
in
was
my-
out.
Bro, and I'm telling you, this is why I remember it. The game ended. Everybody's giving each other dabs. There's him and somebody else. I forgot who it was. They're like running off the field, like not wanting to do interviews, not wanting to say. So he looked like he was out. And it caught my eye. I was like, that boy's trying to go out in Vegas. I'm not mad at him. But then when the news came out that something happened, I go, bro, that's crazy. Because I seen him run off the field and I thought that was kind of weird that he was trying to get out of there. So he left that field, went somewhere immediately and got him and ruined his offseason.
That sucks, man. Yeah.
I mean, I don't think anything long-term will come of it.
I
Unless
doubt
there's
it.
video, unless there's like, you know,
These
if
running
there's
backs,
video of any-
man.
Yeah, bro.
These
Right?
running backs.
And it's funny because they're not even like they're not defensive players. They're not supposed to have all this aggression, you know, quote unquote. It's supposed to be the defensive guys that do some wild shit. But yeah, Kamara, Wallen, football players got to get it together. And Vegas is cursed.
Yeah.
Vegas be like I think they want that was the one criticism that you know the NBA had. I think the NBA was the first league.
Dude, no, you can't have an NBA team in
Vegas.
Vegas. You can't.
That's what I
have
mean.
An NBA team
Back in the day, I think
Vegas,
they were the
dude.
first team, and
No way.
it's coming out now. That's like, damn, this is why you can't be having. They just players be wilding.
Yeah, you can't have.
It's a
NBA
small
team in
area too. I've
Vegas.
never been to Vegas, but everybody who I know and I know the logistics of it. It's basically an island in the desert. You know what I mean?
Really is.
What I mean is it's isolated. There's nothing
Yeah.
on the outskirts. When you're in Vegas, you're on a
Strip.
20-mile radius or whatever,
Yeah.
how small it is or how big it is. And there's a lot of damage being done in that small area.
Bro, I don't know what's gonna go. I don't know if the Raiders are gonna be there long.
I won't be here. Yeah, dude. Nah, they invested too much money, obviously, but
Yeah, no,
they
for
need to
sure.
make sure that they put out some public service announcements to for these teams because these boys wilding and they've only been there 2 years. Like, and I don't even mean the team. The team itself got in a lot of trouble. It's a curse.
Yeah.
Wild. So let's get into BTF Bet the Fort. We got Super Bowl picks. Not sure if you're gonna do. You could do. You know, maybe we could post later what the spread is because I'm sure it's gonna change.
Yeah.
If you have any prop bets, that'll be fun. I know Pat McAfee was saying today he's gonna put 30 or 40,000 on the coin toss, which is
Jesus.
he's gonna put tails. I think he
Yeah,
lost
tails never
last year.
fails.
I think he lost last year, and he's like, all right, I can't lose it twice.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, tails
take it
never
from
fail. Man, Super Bowl. Tomorrow's media day, right? It's on Tuesdays. Or did
Yeah,
they
it
change
should
how
be.
that is? Yeah.
Should be.
I might watch
I think
some of
it's a
that.
little bit of it started today with Odell Beckham had an interview and stuff like
Yeah.
that. But I think the main media day is tomorrow, in person stuff.
Yeah. I think this is hopefully going to be one of the better Super Bowls we've seen in the past. It should be like high scoring, just back and forth. At least that's what I'm hoping for, like quick strikes, shit
Yeah.
like that. Just because both teams have those players that can do that. So I like Jamar Chase anytime touchdown. Cooper Kupp, of course, anytime touchdown. Maybe even Sony Michelle. I got to see how stuff folds into the week, and the line is definitely going to change for sure because money's going to move all over the place. But I do like the Rams. It's probably going to be like I see a lot of people taking the Bengals just because I don't know why, to be honest. But
Okay.
I like the Rams. I see that like most like people taking picks already. Like I've been taking the Bengals money line. So I like the Rams. I think Stafford finally gets it done. He deserves it, and everyone wants to see Joe Burrow, a little cool Joe, and them Cincinnati boys get one because they haven't been there in forever. But he's got a long career ahead of him, so he'll be back in the Super Bowl. But I think Stafford gets it done this time around.
Okay.
For him. I don't know what
Not
the
on.
line's going to be.
Yeah, I'm checking it now. On the record now, obviously, I'll take the Bengals. I want them to win. I like their vibe. I like their a few stories I just found out. Their offensive coordinator is from Staten Island, which gives me a little bit more. You know what I mean? Let's rep. But let's see the line on that. I'm pulling it up. You want to put a prop bet of you take tails in the coin toss?
I'll take tails. Tails never fails. Who's singing the national anthem?
That's a great question. Let's look that up while I look up the spread right now. Computer's going slow. I got too much internet going on in the lab right now.
Mickey Guyton.
Who's that? Pull up a picture.
That's what I said myself.
Sounds like a country star. All right, so right now the line is the Rams giving 4.5. Over under is 48.5. So
48.5.
Yeah.
Give me over.
Divided by 2, so that would be like a 28-21 game. 28-29, 21 game, something like that. You think over?
Yeah, over.
All right, so over, and I'm gonna lock it in now for 48.
Yeah, over sounds like bait though.
Yeah, it
over,
does, right?
It sounds like bait, man.
Oh, that's what she looks like? Oh, okay.
Yeah, this is Mickey Guyton. Oh, wait, there's
Am
more.
I frozen?
Oh, they should have had. Oh, okay, Janae. Janae gonna sing America the Beautiful.
Who?
Janae
Aoki?
Yeah. Aoki? Steven.
Aoki? Oh, is she? Okay.
I'm with that.
All right. You got some ethnics going on here. I like that. I feel it.
Zed is doing they got a pregame DJ. Oh yeah, they're in Vegas, so it makes sense.
Mary, what is that? How many things we're singing on this? Like, what's going on?
Lift every voice and sing, accompanied by Yola. I have no idea what they got going on this year, man.
Sheesh. All right.
No clue.
Well, so we got Rams. It's 4.5. How do you feel about the 4.5? If you have to.
So Rams minus 4.5.
Yeah. So what we could do 2. We could do, obviously you got the
big
Rams
spread
money,
kind of.
Rams money line. And
yeah,
then
4.5 big spread.
Yeah, 4.5. I mean, if the Rams are going to win, I think they win by more than a touchdown. To be honest,
Think so?
I think if the Rams win, they're gonna not blow them out, but it could be one of those things where they're up 14 and the Bengals score late because they're gonna, they're not gonna go down. They're gonna go down fighting. So it could be one of those things where Rams were up 17 going into the fourth, and it looks like a close game at the end, but they still pull it off. Yeah, it could be one of those. You know what I mean?
I don't know, man. I feel like it's going to be a closer game than what a lot of people think. Because the Bengals defense, if they play like how they did the second half of that Kansas City game, it's going to be quiet for the Rams. It's going to be an even better game. But
all right, let's take MVP. If the Rams win, who's your MVP?
Stafford.
Obviously, the quarterback is highly favored.
Usually, yeah.
Unless Cooper Kupp be having a 200,
like 2 TDs,
12 catches, 2 touchdowns, 200, which is very possible.
Or if like Jalen has like a pick six,
pick six, maybe
shit like that. Or Donald has like a fumble recovery.
Yeah, it's rare. The percentage always puts it in the quarterback, and then from there it probably goes to. Somebody just making big plays. It could go Aaron Donald just getting 3 sacks and a strip fumble. Like it could be, because obviously that's what's crazy about it too, is that line with the Bengals, that he could be in trouble the entire game.
Yeah.
Just running for his life. And you got Von Miller and Aaron Donald coming for you.
And
I'm coming for you. I'm coming for you. Yeah, bro. It could be a long night. It really can. So it's going to be interesting. So MVP, you got Stafford. I'm just, we'll fill up the stack on. Why not? Who cares?
Fuck it.
And then I'll post this of what we got. And if you got anything during the week, we'll post it. It's all for shits and giggles anyway. But what about UFC? What is it? UFC 271? 27, I don't know. What is it? 274?
Hold on, I got it right here.
There's so many UFCs, bro. There's like 2 a month now.
Good. The more the merrier.
Yeah, I guess so.
Can't get enough UFC. Let me move all this shit out of here, out of the way. Yeah, UFC 271.
271. Oh, I like this. See, look at this. We're advanced over here. We got Adesanya, Whitaker. That's gonna be bludgeoning.
Minus 275.
Whitaker could take some hits.
Yeah, he can.
And dish him too. So Derek Lewis, he's coming off a loss to Gon, or he fought since.
Well, Derek Lewis just won.
Okay, so he's fought since. Okay. I'd assume he's not going to have trouble with this dude.
No, Tai Tuivasa is really good.
All right, let's see. So who you got? Let's talk.
I'm gonna do these 3 fights right here.
Okay.
Jared Cannonier is really good. I'm pretty sure he had a nasty knockout last time he fought. But Derek Brunson's really good too. He's like really lanky, and like he's got like a really crazy body. Like his arms are like really long. So that fight, that's probably gonna be the fight of the night, to be honest. Like dark horse candidate, low key. So definitely tune in for that fight. I'm gonna take Derek Brunson just because last time he fought, he really put on a show. So I'm hyped for that, and it's plus money. So that like I said, that's probably gonna be fight at night. Like that's the fight that you definitely want.
Yeah, it's usually those mid cards that are just action packed that get you ready for the main cards for the last 2 fights.
This right here is like probably the best lead up to the 2 main events, the co-main and the main.
So obviously you're gonna take Lewis, right?
Damn, this is such a tough pick. I talked to my brother about it, and he said the same.
Which
thing.
we'll have David Fort's picks, obviously, as we do customary for every UFC on the gram. So
yeah,
see who's better.
both of these fighters, man, like they both got crazy knockout power.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen another dude fight before. I like to watch the stories of the fights before, right? But that same day.
Tai Tuivasa is the one that takes the shoeys. He takes the beer out of. He be chilling with Steve O'Doul.
Oh, that's that dude. Okay, then I
Yeah,
have seen a couple things. Then all right.
Yeah, that fight's gonna be insane too. This card is stacked, bro. Like I'm so hyped
it's
for
good.
it. Yeah, but I'm just gonna take Derek Lewis just because experience. It's probably gonna be a quick fight. I don't really see it going over like 2.5, 3 rounds. Just taking Derek Lewis just because I'm off experience, but I wouldn't be upset if Ty won. Bam, bam.
Okay.
And then main event, Adesanya should be easy money. Whitaker's a beast, but Adesanya right now, he's in this zone. He's in this he's in the lab. Like that man is locked in. I don't see him losing another fight for a while. Hope. I mean,
he could be caught slipping. I've seen a good amount of his fights, probably more than anybody. He could get some knock, and he doesn't go down. Obviously, he doesn't show too much, but because if one guy could do it to him, take it and give it. I've seen a good amount of Whitaker. Like I say, I don't speak as an expert because I just got into UFC really into it over the last 2 or 3 years, but I have seen these two probably one of the most or a few of the most that I've seen. So Whitaker could definitely dish it and give it.
Yeah, no, Whitaker's a badass. If you haven't, definitely go on YouTube and check out Adesanya commentating his fights. Like he streams his fights and he'll commentate about it, and he'll be like, he's so funny with it, bro. That's why I fuck with him too, because he's got a dope ass personality, so he's good for the UFC.
Go down. I just want to see the women in it while you talk.
Kyler Phillips. I don't know too much about.
Damn, no women on the top 4.
What? No.
Women get disrespectful. I like the women fights lately more than.
That's the main card, so this is the prelims.
Yeah, but still, you gotta have a women fight on. You gotta have a girls fight on the main card. At least one. Come on, Doug. They've been putting out a lot of good ones though. So
come on,
they have been putting a lot of good ladies fights on the main card. So all right, damn.
This guy doesn't even have a picture, bro.
This dude is a default. Look, Mike Diamond. That sounds like a default wrestler when you're making like WWE 2K22. Pick a name, Mike Diamond.
God.
That's a fire wrestling name, though.
All right. No, well, there's only one women fight.
That's
Yo,
trash.
I mean, I can't wait for Bruce Buffer. Bruce Buffer is so fucking great.
He gets it going for real, for real.
Oh, and Sean Strickland is legit. He's nasty. He can probably go 5 rounds with anyone in his weight class. I would not want to fight that dude or be anywhere near that dude in problems because he's relentless. He's just he's going forward every time, and his jab is so precision. It's right there.
Yeah.
I don't know if you saw that. That's the only fight I saw over the weekend.
Yeah, I didn't see any of them.
That was the only one I saw.
Yeah, we didn't. We were doing a bunch of shit that I didn't get to see that. But I won't be. Hopefully, I'll be able to watch it because Manny's having. Shout out Manny, happy birthday!
That boy Manny, hey, happy birthday! Oh, he got a twin.
He's having his sister was there. Obviously, chaos was going on that time at the party. But, they're actually having the party at the same house. Again,
no way.
Yeah, I swear. So we're about to show up. I'm about to duck the cameras real quick, but it's cool. We haven't heard anything since we broke the hoop, so we'll be going. Shout out Malu for letting us use her crib at Malu on Instagram, on Twitter, on TikTok. Yeah, so it'll be fun. We're gonna do part 2, and then I think we're doing it a 3rd time with one of his friends.
Jesus.
Or significant others. I don't know how you want to explain it. I don't want to put them on blast on the podcast, but then I think they booked it for March, so we could be rolling in there another time. So hopefully I'm going to get that damn UFC. Some of them some of us are gonna have to pitch in and pay for it and put it in the theater. That's what we're gonna have to do.
Oh yeah,
I just thought about
definitely.
that. We're gonna have to all
That's the
pitch in because I'm
move.
not paying for it. It's not my party, but I'll pay for it and take a bunch of Venmos. That's for sure.
Yeah, I just got a thing on my phone. Kamaru Usman has surgery to repair a ligament in his hand and is targeting July return. Breaking
okay.
news on the
That's
pod.
fine. He needed some breaking news. He needed some rest anyway, so he deserves it.
Yeah,
That's
I'm
fine.
glad you brought up TikTok. TikTok is the devil.
Follow us on TikTok. We got some decent views on TikTok from the few videos we put up.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Shout out DJ KUZMO dropping some new music this week.
Oh, is he?
No,
Hell yeah.
big, yeah,
New
big
mix?
top fan. Yeah, he's
I
got the
gotta tune in.
mixes.
Yeah, his mixes be
I
mad
listened to a
relaxing.
few of them today. Yeah. He's got that vibe where you just put it on and it's
You just
got that
chill.
nice- yeah, it's got that chill vibe. I like it. It's funny because the music he puts out doesn't match his like personality because he's very like you've never heard him before. I've only heard him from the like wrestling podcast. He leaves like voicemails and shit. Super hype, super energetic, super like all good vibes. You know what I mean? So like the music he puts out is like counteractive. So it's dope to hear that to his
That's what's up.
personality. Pull it out. Yeah, let's wrap this shit up. What else
Take
you
North
got?
off TikTok. Take North, Kanye's daughter, off TikTok. We don't need that
Yeah.
shit.
Kanye
Save Kanye's kids, please.
Kanye bringing in the family problems
his
right before
kids.
the album drops.
Send me Kim's number.
Why Rihanna's off the market? You need new?
Oh my gosh.
He's
Listen,
with the
man,
king of Staten Island.
I feel bad for Kanye, dude. I feel bad for Kanye.
I don't.
Con-
He's doing whatever he wants.
he just decides to have these like crazy mental breakdowns before he releases an album, but
For real. Whatever.
he
What are
be
you gonna
cracking
do?
me up. He be cracking me up. What jersey is that?
Dennis Rodman's high school jersey.
Ooh,
Savages. Yeah, this shit's hard. Got it on DH Gate.
nice.
For
DH
like
Gate.
$12. Yeah,
DH
this
Gate
shit's
the
fire.
GOAT.
Number 10,
DH
Rodman.
the GOAT.
You know what? I got this. I watched the 30 for 30 on him, and his story is wild. How like he was homeless, poor, just living with other people, played the game all out of like just like boredom, dominated the game, didn't know what he was doing. Like up until he got like to college, still didn't know how to play the game properly. He just knew like a dog, go get the ball. Like it was literally like that for him, he was saying. And then I seen his jersey in high school. I was like, the Savages, like I need that.
Fire.
I ordered it like that same week. Yeah, dope.
Fire.
Yeah, like I said earlier, shout out Joe Rogan. That's my boy. He's if Spotify is not going to drop him, I've been listening to more Spotify in the last couple of weeks because of it. I'm
They'd be
subscribed.
stupid to drop him, bro.
Bro, I'm subscribed to some podcasts on Apple Music, but like now I jump on Spotify and listen just to make a point. And even if they, let's say he's first of all, he's so big that like you can't cancel somebody that's like number one in their field, right? It's hard because he has so much power. I think a podcast company just on Twitter sent out a real press release that they have offered him $100 million over like 3 years, like a legit like CEO. But even that, if they hypothetically, which I said won't happen, if Spotify dropped them or if he decided, you know what, I'd rather do my own thing, he could produce it on his own website, send it out on his own, and charge $10 a month. Take my money because I spend $10, $20 on Hulu, Netflix, and all. I barely watch that shit. I just have it just for once in a while. I listen to Joe Rogan every single day. I listen to the current episodes, and if I'm caught up on current ones, I listen to the past ones. I'm kind of mad that they took off the first Alex Jones podcast because Alex Jones was on it twice. Never fuck with him before, but I like him because he's crazy, and I like to listen to some crazy shit once in a while. And they took off the first time he was on, and I'm upset. So I got to find that like now on the black market all of a sudden. You know what I mean?
On the black market podcast.
Right. I got to find podcasts on like the black market these days. Like what's going on in this world that you can't even, it's wild. They said some wild shit on that episode though. I will admit, first time I heard it, it was Alex Jones. Alex Jones got lit. They were smoking, they were drinking, and they were saying wild shit. But on that episode, Joe Rogan's correcting Alex Jones so many times on it. It's like, yo, dude, you can't just say that. Like, fact checking him, this and that. So it's a good quality episode, and it's funny and so entertaining. The fact that they took it off sucks because whatever the fuck is going on in this world. Anyway, if you got a problem, if you don't like that opinion, you could DM me because I would love to talk to you. Because if you have a problem with Joe Rogan, you obviously don't listen to him because you'd fucking know. And on that note, obviously this episode is brought to you by Billionaires Row. You see it here.
BR boys.
BR in the building. You got the logo on the top
right
left
here above my head.
I don't know what, Billionaires Row. Water, liquor, champagne, caviar. Got fucking sweets. We're in Tootsies. You know what I mean?
Tootsies.
Officially, unofficially presented by. Got to shout them out. No check in the mail yet, but we got to get the viewers up. We got to get the vibe. We got to get more people in the lab locking in. I get it, but every day, every episode,
better than some caviar and some good old H2O.
They got a caviar bar at the Hard Rock. We went there for his birthday, bro. Easily dropped like $300 just for 2 people.
Caviar.
Yeah, $300. Like me and
isn't caviar like fish eggs?
Yeah, me and Mo split the bill. Not even trying to stunt or brag because I was sad for a couple months. I had to I had to trade in some like bottles in the local supermarket just to get some money back.
Get the fuck out of here!
So, like $300 each. So it was like I think that I swear to God I remember the receipt being like $655 easily for 4 people. Crazy
wealth.
Yeah, wealth. Yeah, had a fucking. I'm still going through it like 2 years later. You know what I mean?
My boy's looking at the bottles and saying, "Hi, me 5 cents."
I was fucking saving. I was going through neighbors' trash, fucking for any trying to get my money back. Waiter's lucky I left the tip. Anyway.
Oh my god, it's like that Sopranos episode where Polly makes Chris pay the bill and it's like over a rack.
Yeah. Where everybody ate and wasn't he late? Like, wasn't he late to that dinner or something? I think in that episode he came late or something, and everybody ate. Everybody drank mad wine, and he made them pay for there was like 12 heads on it.
No, I don't think anyone showed up late, but he also sent he sent champagne to the girls over at the other table.
Maybe I'm thinking of another thing.
He's like, you got all this food and you didn't even eat it, blah blah blah. He's like, I lost my appetite, and then the waiter comes out. He's like, you didn't even tip me. You tipped me like $16. And then Chris throws a rock at him or something, and dude starts having a seizure. And Polly's like,
I'm thinking of the wrong scene.
Polly's like, don't they have medication for these assholes?
Oh my god, dude! Every time you bring up a reference, I gotta rewatch it.
They just shoot him. They just shoot him and dip. Bro, I'm screaming. Don't they have medication for these assholes?
Oh my god, love it.
Bro.
NBA trade deadline this Thursday, 3 p.m. Let's see what the Nets do. I think they stand put. I think they make a trade.
I think so too.
I think they trade a couple of their role players and maybe a young player or two or something like that, and try to get a guy off the bench because they need it. Because we, just like last year, we have to assume that one of these 3 are not going to play as much or get hurt. Kevin Durant hopefully comes back after the All-Star break. I think it's better if he rests, he comes back. Now he's got the next 30 games to go ham and do what he does. I think he could easily get us back and win, the first 10 games he's back, we could win 7 or, 8 out of 10. So the standings don't matter. As long as we're not playing in a 1-game playoff, we're fine. If we get the 4th seed, the 5th seed, we'll be fine. We're going to have to go and play these tough teams anyway. It just sucks because I wanted the 1 seed, but hey, life's not fair, and getting a fucking championship, I'm starting to realize is fucking hard. Like,
it's tough.
Those Yankee runs, whatever sport you're in, those New England runs, bro, it's hard to win. Like, you got a lot of variables going against you. Injuries, egos,
Especially now, I mean,
Schedule.
you got your third best player that can only play half the games because of some dumb bullshit, bro. Like you should have been so dumb.
It's wild.
Like,
And people on Twitter are still killing him. Like, oh, you could easily solve this, Kyrie, by getting the vaccine. Like,
no,
I'm sorry,
bro.
I don't have the vaccine. I'm unemployed at the moment because I'm not getting it, but I work for myself. You know, I figure it out. I have different money coming in. So I'm with you, bro. I understand. It's not that simple. It's like, fuck that. I'm not getting it just to get it. But that's, another topic that we'll stay away from, of course. But let's go Nets because I've been protesting you. They've lost 8 in a row. I haven't been watching. Usually I watch the
8
games
in a
twice.
row.
8 in a row, bro. They're 2
Y'all have
and
lost
2.
8 in a row.
Yeah, bro. They happen. You know what's crazy is there's a couple games early in that 8 in a row that we should have won, but then after that we had to go on a West Coast trip and play the best teams, the Suns, the Jazz, the Nuggets. Like we had to play the best teams, so and the Lakers. So we had to play 4 playoff teams in the West, and it was like
episode 8. Nets lost 8 in a row. I'm sorry.
Damn, that's cold.
Bad joke.
Cold-blooded. No, but it's true. I'll own up to it. No, they suck right now. They don't. They deserve to lose all 8 games that they've played. So it's not even one of those things like it's technicalities and all that. Like they deserve that. But I'm hopeful. We play the Boston Celtics tomorrow. Harden should be back, hopefully motivated to put all this bullshit trade shit behind us. Kyrie won't be playing, but we got some guys that want to prove themselves and not go 9 in a row. Yeah, we'll see what happens, bro. Anything else on your end? Life, sports, business, hookers?
Allegedly.
Nah,
man, just like started taking some more vitamins recently. Went to Walmart, bought a bunch of vitamins my brother put me on, and just kind of like trying to be a little bit more healthy.
Health is wealth, bro.
Absolutely. Try to get in some cardio.
Do it like now, bro. Do it now before you start. All of a sudden, you're over here checking your pulse. You got blood pressure machine going on. You're going to fucking Publix to do that fucking blood pressure. You don't want to get to that point.
Yeah, no, I could already kind of tell like that. I got a little bit more wind under me. I can go a little bit more than I was going before, and it feels good. So, gonna keep that going. And
feels good to feel good.
Oh, 100%. Feel good, look good, play good. So,
no, man. Perform better.
Shout out my boy Trees Terrell _LLC.
Shout out.
My boy Trees. He's
selling
doing his
merch.
thing. Yeah.
Moving legal weight out of state.
He was out in Cali. He's in New York right now, so he's doing his thing. He's got shirts, hoodies, sweatsuits, all that kind of stuff that you can get. Black-owned business, so holla at my boy.
I like that.
I got nothing else, man. Just kind of excited for this UFC card this week. That's about it. I'll be looking for that all weekend.
Yeah, I'm hyped. I'll send you some videos. Hopefully I'm in the other lab cooking up, figuring it out. I'm probably the only one that knows how to use the remotes because I played around with it till like 4 a.m. So once I get in that theater,
in the crib.
We were in that thing till 4 a.m. figuring out the remotes and everything. And so I'll be in there fucking hopefully Saturday. So UFC we'll be playing, and then nothing else. I'll probably be playing. We can't play basketball no more, but it'll be fun.
My fault.
That'll be fun. So next week, hopefully we'll have Ben on the podcast. Maybe we'll do
that boy B Wonder.
Yeah, B Wonder will be on episode 9. Hopefully we texted him last week. He said that
he wasn't excited about his tax bill.
He committed to episode 9, so we'll see how it goes. Usually he's a man of his word. Hopefully he's not too busy. Maybe we'll jump on live. Maybe we'll do like a live episode where we could do it kind of having some fun with it, because obviously we'll have the UFC to recap. We'll have the Super Bowl and whatever trades go down in the NBA and whatever life stuff or whatever's trending on Twitter these days. But yeah, shout out Billionaires Row. Shout out episode 8, episode 9 next week. Maybe I don't know. I'm going. What are you doing for the Super Bowl? Because I'm trying to figure out when we will record. We'll probably record Monday night.
I don't know, man. I could fly down there.
Oh fuck! On that PJ?
Fuck.
On that PJ?
Fuck. Oh
Damn,
fuck.
bitch.
You feel me? Oh, speaking of flights, Frontier bought Spirit.
Yeah, big.
For those that care, big time moves.
They're
I don't know
the
yet.
planet. They're the Planet Fitness of airlines. You know what I mean?
I mean, I don't know. I gotta figure it out. Let's see what happens these next few days, and I'll see what the finances looking at. I could always rent a car too and drive. Anything. But,
yeah, let me know. That'd be cool. Yeah. So we'll either record. Not ideally. We'll probably that game might end late. You know what I mean? These games, well,
especially with the halftime show and all that shit. It's in LA. No, it's in LA, so maybe not too bad. Is the kickoff?
Kickoff is 6:25. It's usually that odd, weird number, and then by the time it's like it's a 4-hour game, so you're looking at 10:30. Yeah, we'll definitely record Monday. So we'll hopefully have B Wonder. That's it for me. That is it for you, right?
Yep. Got nothing
cool.
else. Peace and love.
Episode 8. Watch us on YouTube. This obviously we had some graphics on the YouTube, so check us out on that. Make sure if you're on YouTube, subscribe to us, like us, because when we do some YouTube lives, you're able to interact. If you're not subscribed or logged into your account, you won't be able to see your comments. So make sure you do that. That's it.
Alert.
And to the lab. Peace.
Peace.